I'm testing again at Oldberg here because I'm still missing the black carp at Oldberg. That would complete all the trophies for the catch book. Yeah, and how do you do that? Of course, with a neutral ground bait mix that's nicely geared towards armor, but actually delivered a common carp. Because I just now got a common carp trophy coming in. Of course, you'll gladly take that too if you don't already have it. We'll take a look in a moment at exactly how and on what I got this common carp trophy here. But first, quickly reel out again because I've just switched 2 rods over to banana. And the banana, it actually seems to work here at this spot this time. And it also delivered the common carp. Now the big question is, will more armor show up here? And above all, will the black carp show up here? That's of course super important now. And I'm hoping for the upcoming night because quite often, the black carp are also active at night. So that wouldn't be bad at all if we could maybe get it here too. But for that, I first have to keep testing and trying a bit more. At the beginning, I already threw out, of course, neutral ground bait again. Neutral ground bait mixed together in the direction of a moor, more or less, and we'll take a closer look at that in detail after casting. As we now know by now, it starts after throwing out the neutral ground bait, that you start testing baits. So out with the ground bait, geared towards a moor, look for suitable baits that match the current mood and appetite of the fish. And so I went in with black currant and with blackberry. That's a classic combination. Then of course with coconut cream, then honey pear or honey in general, then peach, then hemp. So all of that already tested through. And the first one that actually delivered really well was indeed the common carp on Banana 20. Banana 20, it's a beast, really, really wild. Came in relatively early even. Earlier, I also already had Banana 20, and Banana 20 also already brought the grass carp. Yeah, and now the question is, I made it a little smaller now. So setup-wise, I'm still going big, but I went a little smaller with the baits just to see, does banana generally still work a bit more or not? And it did seem to get going just now with the first chunks, so the first bigger amour all on banana. And yeah, it can definitely keep going like that because that's always a good way to make some cash. Now the question is, will it stay like that? Or do I maybe need to test a different bait combo again soon? I don't know yet. I'm not totally sure if this spot works really well now, in combination with the banana. We had the video here recently from the spot down here, where moor also worked really well. Trophies were caught there too, but almost only grass carp were seen, also in the records. So black carp was way less visible at all in the records, and that's why I'm not testing again at that same spot. But instead, I'm going back to this classic spot, where there's always a chance for either umber or common carp. And yeah, like I said, so far it's looking quite good. But with all the testing, I'm still not completely satisfied at the moment. Everything now is fully set to banana because that's what delivered best so far. So 36 kg setup, full roller hook, extra large hook, because like I said, I want to trigger that last bit to maybe get another trophy in. Then again, just the short leader here. Yeah, just deliberately now for testing. 15 or 10 centimeter, 15 centimeter leader material, nice short carp leaders, to catch basically every fish. And that's now the setup. That's more aimed at medium to large fish. So with a 20er and a corn, if you want to start small, just to see, is there something going on? Then you can also test that really well with a size 1 hook and just a corn kernel. Also a great way to test spots. Nice with pop-up brick, size 1 hook, corn on it, and then of course the matching dip and nothing else. Then you just test which aroma is well received, and then you can still rebuild it and expand it to larger boilie combinations. The second setup looks exactly the same. So here too, now with a 20er boilie and with corn, and that was the trophy setup. That was here, Banana 20. Banana 20 of course, with banana punch as the dip, and the ground bait mix. I also mixed that myself. Here we still have the ground bait in it, exactly that's the mix. Now with a focus on amour. You could also add other components. You could, for example, add rice, or maybe also mix in nut blend. That would be one component. Here nicely with hemp, more on the greenish side. That's specifically a mix maybe more for the black carp, which often prefers slightly green aromas, especially in rainy weather. That's why pumpkin seeds are in here too. And then, like I said, hand-fed pellets and grass cake mixed in as feed pellets. And the whole thing on hemp oil as a base, hemp seed oil. And yeah, that would be the mix currently in use. Otherwise, like I said, switch to nut, that would also be a combo option. And then with rice as a combo, that's also definitely usable as a neutral amur ground bait. Amur Neutral Basic 2, let's just call it that. And I'll make that a few more times, so I already have it in my inventory and can use it regularly. Yeah, and as for the weather, we're just now heading into a nice, cool, and rainy phase. That's exactly what I want. So, more towards rainy weather, rather bad weather, because that's usually pretty good weather, like I said, also for the black carp. So I'm just hoping now, and I'll keep testing a bit more here to see what else comes in, and I really hope that at some point, the black carp also bites on this bait combo. If absolutely nothing happens, like in the next hour, if nothing goes in the direction of black carp, then I'll test other aromas again too. Because yeah, that's the big advantage. I can still switch everything around at any time. So definitely try going fruity again. And there it is already. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. So the black carp is there too, and also responds to the aroma. So it actually does get triggered by banana. That's important. And I think I'll switch it all up again right now, go fully back to the 20 banana, or actually here, I'll go 20 and 26 banana, even bigger this time. So I'm going in now with the really big boilies, rebuilding the setup. Yeah, and that of course drops the bite rate drastically, really drastically. There'll probably be hardly any more bites here soon. If I get 1 or 2 more bites in the next half hour, I'll already be quite happy. But this will now drop massively. And so I'd say we'll end the video here too, because this is going to get extremely boring now. So that's exactly the right time to watch some other videos on the side. Leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next video. There will probably be a bit more action again. Petrie, until next time.